Hello and welcome to the show. You've heard the saying, cluttered space, cluttered life. I bet you haven't heard, though, that there is such a thing as a National Cleaning Week. The American Cleaning Institute says the theme this year is cleaning for well-being. Sounds good to me. So let me introduce you to our guest today. I want you to meet Lexy Ford. She is the owner of Passion Organizing and leads a team of affectionately known as the Organizing Army. And joining us is celebrity interior designer Regina Murray, owner of Lux is Life. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
So good to have you. Yeah. Let's talk about what you do and how you do it, because it's not just in the springtime, but that's when the rest of us are like, oh yeah. I said I was going to get to that pile of papers that's been there since last spring. Regina, let's start with you.
Basically, spring is the time where we shed the old. We're looking forward to the new. And so from a design perspective, we talk to clients about what do we change up? Little simple things that we can do, inexpensive things that we can do to refresh our homes, to make our homes feel light, lively, and bright as the season comes in. And the beauty of Passion Organizing is that she comes along, Lexy, and just talks about the value of not only designing your space, putting light, airy things in your space, but also what's happening underneath the design.
Let's talk about that, Lexy. What's happening? Because before we can get to sometimes the pretty floors and what we're going to do to brighten, sometimes we just need to get rid of some stuff, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about how important that is for cleaning the headspace and the home space.
So with a lot of clients, I find that when you walk into their homes are beautiful. But you open up the cabinets, you open up the closets, and things are falling on you. And they get to the point where they're stressed out, they're anxious, they don't want to come home because they know what they're going to be walking into. So with Passion Organizing, we come into the home and we don't just beautify what's on the outside of the inside of the house, but we beautify what's on the inside of the home, which is what I call behind the scenes clutter.
And how do we get so much behind the scenes clutter? How does that happen?
So I think that people just are very busy in their life. And I feel like they're always in a rush. They have so many responsibilities. And so they just always just throw stuff places instead of taking the time to put it where it belongs in its home location. They just throw in stuff and they're leaving it around. And then they have actual cleaners come that do not have the skill of organization. And because they're on this time crunch, and so they end up cleaning the surfaces, but then they leave the piles of items there for the clients to put up. And so the clients, somebody's coming over, what do? They take it and they want to
put it in a box and then slide it under the bed. Or so I've heard. That's what I've heard people
That's
will do.
exactly what happens.
What I did last weekend when family was coming to town. Let's talk about this closet, right? Because so much of the stress sometimes, and if I'm honest, is just walking into the closet. I wish this was my closet. I wish it was this organized. Let's talk about what you did with this closet.
So I would definitely want to state that people don't realize, but something as simple as changing the hangers to make sure all of the hangers match can beautify your closet with ease. So you will see on the picture on the left, the before, there are plastic hangers, there are wire hangers, there are velvet hangers.
I couldn't help it.
No, I can't.
What'd you do with all the shoes?
So with the shoes, you can't really tell, but I got shoe organizers. They are actually 3-tier shoe organizers, and you can even use the floor to make it like a 4th tier, but it's actually lining the closet. And then with all of her purses, the large ones, we were able to stuff them to keep them standing and put them on the side. And then all of her small
that's
purses.
how you did. I was like, how are these purses just laying all over the place? I got you. Okay. And so let's talk about just quickly too, though, for folks, because sometimes they're going to hire, someone like you. And sometimes if that's not in the budget, just, some quick and easy ways to do some of this, right?
Yes.
What are we talking about in terms of price range for just the easy shoe organization? Because I'm tired of stumbling over shoes.
So it's definitely going to depend on what you choose to get. I usually tell people you do get what you pay for. You can get some entry level items or you can get some higher priced items. But like these shoe racks right here, you can get them for like $30, $40 each. And I tell people you don't have to buy everything at once. You can actually set like, okay, I'm going to spend $100 this month.
Right.
This month,
Budget
I'm going
for
to
it.
get nothing but hangers. Next month, I'm going to get my shoe racks. So you can take your time getting it or get it all at once.
Right.
And then also, don't feel the need to have to get everything at that one location. Shop around.
Right. Do some price checking. Let's talk about where are we going next? Oh, this. Yes, I can relate. The bedroom. We're just being honest, right? What did you do with this space? Because I see that classic telltale. Oh, I just got home, took it off.
Yes. So with this situation, it was very unique because the individual is just a very, very busy mom and just didn't have the time. And I realized that a lot of the items, and this often happens in the spaces that I go into, a lot of the items in those spaces don't even belong there. You have things from the kitchen and the bathroom, things.
Stop telling my business, Lex. I mean, go ahead, listen.
But seriously, so, a lot of times people look at pictures and they're like, but what did you do with all the stuff? Well, half of the stuff didn't go in there anyway. So we just relocated it to where it was supposed to go in its home.
Right.
But we took the time. We folded all the linen, put it in the linen closet. We folded the clothes, put them in the drawers or hung them in the closet.
And that theory of moving it once. We're not going to move it to another pile. We're going to move it and put it where it's supposed to be. Either wash it, put it in the closet or something, right? Regina, so when we get to the point where we've gotten, to where it's clean and neat, that's when you come in and say, okay, now where can we, in your budget, find a way just to sort of give you a sense of like, a refresh, design-wise?
Absolutely. And to drive the point home even further, oftentimes when we walk in homes, we realize that part of the challenge with designing is that there's stuff everywhere. And so just being able to say, let's declutter is key, because otherwise we can't see the direction that we want to go in, just from a design perspective. So the relationship and the marriage of organizing, designing, they're critical, because again, a cluttered space is indicative of a cluttered mind. How can you design and have a fresh space if there's stuff everywhere? So from a design perspective, we want to clear the clutter first so that we can see our vision come to fruition. Otherwise, we're just spinning our wheels in terms of even deciding what we want to do as it relates to
design. And then that just becomes something else on the to-do list, and then you're stressed out about that. We're decluttering, no stress. We're trying to make this easier, right? We'll start to a great conversation, ladies. Up next, we're going to move into the baby room and that dreaded laundry room. The ladies have some tips for you do not want to miss. A lot of work in that laundry room. Oh, yeah. And does your dresser look like this? I wish mine did. I wish it looked that neat. We're going to talk about some ways to kind of make that space a little neater too when we return. Stay with us. Hey there, Portia here. Listen, that was a good conversation, wasn't it? Want to see the rest of it? Just go to portiashow.com, scroll down until you see that particular episode. But listen, before you scroll on out of here, I need you to do me a favor, please. Like, comment, let us know what you thought of that episode, and subscribe. And if you already are a subscriber, we sure appreciate you. In the meantime, we'll be sure to see you on the next episode of Portia, and you can catch us weeknights on Fox Soul as well. Tell your friends. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.